Welcome. It's nice to see everyone. I'm Tessa Kenny, Alpha Hub's Investor Relations Manager. Today we're going to walk through a demo of Alpha Hub's MVP, which will showcase some of our current features from the sign-up process for both our allocators and issuers to viewing your intelligently matched available offerings and to ultimately tracking your entire private capital lifecycle, also known as the deal flow. So let's remember our platform is secure and intelligently data-driven. Please feel free to place questions in the chat box, and towards the end, we'll open up for additional questions. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing the screen. Okay, so at the moment, we are in our MVP stage, and by the end of the year, we will have progressed to a marketable full release. Let's begin with the account setup. Once you navigate to the login, you will have an option to click Sign Up for anyone who's not already signed up. So you would simply fill out your information, you'll agree to the terms, service, you'll agree to the privacy policy, and then Alpha Hub actually sends a verification email. After verifying your email, you will be able to log into Alpha Hub's ecosystem and delegate your profile as an issuer or an allocator. Our issuers represent opportunities and the allocators represent investors. I will be focusing on the allocator profile for this purpose of the demonstration, and we are going to use an existing login. So remember guys, Alpha Hub is designed to help allocators efficiently discover opportunities, evaluate alignment, and securely manage deals across the private capital lifecycle. So let's get started. When you log in, you will start in your marketplace. You'll notice here, marketplace. You'll notice your profile completion, and that is a ratio given when you complete your profile initially. Your notifications on the top right, and then an option to view all offerings and collections. The navigation tab does consist of a number of items. As an allocator, this is where you can view potential investment opportunities because we are in our marketplace. You'll also view the deal flow, data room messages, notifications, settings, and if you need support, you just simply click the question mark. Our newest feature is the data room, and we have made it easier for users to navigate directly, but we'll view that in a few moments. Okay, so let's get started by navigating the profile. So on your profile, you will click complete profile. You can always go back in and edit. You'll notice this is where during the initial setup, you will fill out a number of identity information, basic identity information, company type and information, your role, your location. You'll click continue. You'll want to make sure that you fill out your years of incorporation, assets under management, available capital to invest. And this is actually important because when you fill this out accurately, it ensures proper matching for our Alpha IQ, and this helps issuers understand your investment capacity. You'll continue through the profile. Here you can see a number of areas that you want to make sure you also fill out. This will include investment time horizon, deal stages you participate in, investment structures you are focused on, investment size, geographic focus, and target sectors or industries that you're focused on. You can also include your profile company bios, background information on your team, your investment philosophy, your past experience, successful exits, and portfolio highlight. This gives issuers a better understanding of how you invest. Milestones are also a nice feature, and you can also move on to uploading any necessary documents that you think are pertinent. Once you hit submit, you'll see the completion ratio. And remember, at any time you can go back and complete this or edit any of the information. Now we're going to go to the two tabs at the top. You'll notice that we're at the all offerings. This is the current marketplace page right now. Then we also have collections. When you do find an opportunity, this is where you're going to select for easy access. You'll pin them to this area, and these are going to be opportunities or companies that you potentially could invest in. But we're going to go back to the all offerings. Here, you're going to see that Alpha Hub, with our proprietary information, we do provide the IQ matching system, and you also can see some of the information on these companies that could potentially be a potential match for you. You can also click see more and then view company information specifically to each individual company. Now we're going to move towards the left-hand menu. Just remember, if you ever want to get back to potential opportunities or offerings, you can go to the marketplace. So here you're going to see, oh, actually, you know what? One thing I want to mention before we move on to the menu is we do have the filters here. This is something that you can filter through sectors, industries. You'll also see regions if you want to focus on a specific geographic region. You can select match score. So for example, if you wanted an entity or a company to potentially invest in that match your criteria 95%, you could definitely toggle that over. And at the very end, you would hit search, and then that allows you to filter. You can always edit this at any time. So now we're going to go to deal flow on the menu. With a deal flow, this shows you exactly where each opportunity stands in the investment property, and this is huge. The system updates everything automatically as the deals progress, and typical deal stages do include the initial screening, due diligence, as we've all gone through, investment approval. You'll see here we are actually in negotiation with NeuroAccess Health, an issuer that was matched with us. If you move further, you'll see legal documentation, and the system will move this along as we go through the process. Then you'll see funding transfer all the way to deal completion. Moving for a moment towards our issuer profile, you'll see that everything stays streamlined, and that is our focus here. So we are on an issuer profile. If you back up a minute, you'll see that this is our NeuroAccess Health AI. TVM was our allocator, and we have been matched here. So when we go into deal flow, we're going to notice that we are currently under negotiation with TVM Capital, who's interested in investing. So this is pretty cool that we've got this set up. The next step would move on all the way to the very end, where we would ultimately be able to set up whatever type of transfer we want of the funds. Okay, so let's go back to quickly while we are in the issuer profile. You'll notice notifications, and then you'll also notice that we have a similar menu. Okay, headed back to our allocator. Let's go into messages. So one cool thing we have and it's another really amazing feature. We allow direct communication within our very secure platform. So if we want to go to NeuroAccess, who we are currently in negotiations with, and we want to type a simple message, we can then go to the issuer profile. This is what they would receive and see along with the notifications, and you can see instantly they receive this. So under messages, you just simply click send message icon to contact your team members or to potential issuers. All messages, remember, are secure and stored in one central place, so they're easy to track. So going back now, we are in our allocator profile, TVM Capital Healthcare. Now, for the most recently added feature, the data room. Here you will enter the place where you store your data and all your files. You'll see several options and the easy ability to share files and perform due diligence. Within the data room, you can easily view previously shared documents under My Shared Links. You can revoke privileges. You can also copy a link and resend. Once you send something to a recipient, such as share, for example, let's go through this. We're just going to, let's just connect with a financial document. Once you share this, you want to give a link name. Let's just use Alpha for now. And you can set an expiration. You can allow viewing and downloading or only view only. You click continue. Then you can see here, you do have a link to copy. And this is something that under My Shared Links, you're able to revoke or resend. And this does prompt even a non-user of the Alpha Hub system to sign up, and it verifies their email. So something very important I want to mention about the data room. We are positioning Alpha Hub's data room as part of our go-to-market strategy. This will induce our successful early matching with issuers and allocators with a modern day data room providing the ability to connect between each other. So compared to competitors, Alpha Hub will have a more comprehensive deal flow and an all-inclusive platform. Okay, and we're going to summarize everything up again. I know we might have questions and I can go back through anything. But just keep in mind, guys, the marketplace on your profile. If you're an allocator, meaning you're an investor, this is where you go to see potential matches or potential interested parties. The deal flow keeps everything streamlined, which is how we're bringing Alpha Hub into the modern day capital market. And then we have the data room where we store and send any of our documents, messages, notifications, settings, support. Okay, so to conclude the demo, Alpha Hub is designed to simplify private market investing and help allocators and issuers discover and manage opportunities more efficiently. We are catching up to modern day technology in a much needed private capital market. And we do want to thank everybody for being a part of the MVP. Remember, if you have any questions or feedback when using the system, simply click on the support icon on the left-hand side of the menu. One more thing before I stop sharing, I do have a few bullet points that I wanted to share on our future and where we are headed. And this is something that we can send out to everybody so you can view it close up. So currently, we are continuing our seed round. We are expanding our executive circle for continued user data to continuously improve the MVP. We encourage you to invite issuers and allocators to Alpha Hub. The more users, the better. As we progress, our system will have enhanced deal flow with CRM capabilities, improved analytics, and improved matching with Alpha IQ. As we approach Q2, we're going to focus on launching our Alpha products in a few weeks. This includes an array of added features and a focus on infrastructure, preparation for Alpha's blocks ledger system. So our ledger system and global tokenization capability is going to be huge. So stay tuned for that. We do expect a beta release in Q3, and then we will prepare for the future Series A funding round. Q4, our team will finalize our full release in which our Alpha block ledger system will be completed, and we'll continue to enhance the Alpha Hub ecosystem as we grow. So as users continue to grow and join Alpha Hub, we will be able to analyze the user data for increased trend analysis and other pretty cool features that will become available to all of you. So now at this time, let's open up the floor for any questions, and I'll stop sharing for the time being.
How are you today?
Very good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Hello, Tessa. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks. So I have a couple questions. If I'm overstepping my bounds, just shut me down. That's okay. So my first question is this, and I may have missed it. So is when you have allocators signed up, are there levels, meaning are there going to be different investments that are applicable to different allocators based upon their status, qualified purchaser, accredited investor, so forth and so on, whereas are all investments open to everyone who comes on board?
Okay, let me answer that one, Tessa. So basically, there's going to be what we call a progressive profile section. So when you sign up, whether you're an issuer or an allocator, we are going to gather some data from you, and then we are going to refine the data that we gathered from you at a later stage based on behavior. Based on that, that's how the matches are going to be generated. You can always go in, and as in any other marketplace, you can browse through all the different options and possibilities. But what you're going to see first are your specific matches. So if you're looking for a specific sector, you're looking for a specific type of instrument, that's what you're going to be matched with.
Got it. Thank you. And so now, did I understand this correctly that you are currently in negotiations with at least one or more potential companies looking to fundraise at present?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay. If I had, and as you recall, Walter, and so unless you don't know, Tessa, I'm a lawyer. I'm involved in some startups and some securities work. If I had a potential client that was interested in that, in coming on board or potentially doing a deal with you before your MVP is up, utilizing perhaps some of your technology or some of your features, even though it may not be ready, kind of behind the scenes, is that something that's available, and how would I move that process forward?
Yes, absolutely. So the MVP is ready. It's officially released. It has been tested and deployed. the easiest way, given that you and I have met and there's a relationship going, you can just send me an email and I can give you some directions on how we can facilitate that. But the website is going to be pretty soon up and running in a way where they can sign up and do all of that on their own. But I can get you that information for sure.
Okay. And when you say that your beta is going to be ready in, I think, what do you say, Q3? Is that correct? So,
Correct.
yeah.
So yeah, sorry to interrupt. We are working on the alpha release right now, so that is probably 2 or 3 sprints out before we complete that, and then we're going to be working on the beta. We expect the beta to be finished before that. It's probably going to be 3 or 3.5 months before we complete the beta. By the end of the year, what we really expect is the full release of the platform.
Understood. And when you say the full release of the platform, would that include the alternative exchange, or is that something down the road?
No, that's something we have planned for next year. There are some compliance elements that we have to go and take care of first before we can release the platform. And after we complete the development on Alpha Hub, we're going to focus on the secondary market.
Understood. Thank you very much. And if it's not going to be, I know you had mentioned it, but if you could please make sure to include me on sending me that document, that summary document, so I can take a look at it. But otherwise, it looks very, very nice to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Tom, I'm sorry, I saw your hand up before. Do you want to add something?
I think he answered his own question, so he clearly understands this is MVP level. We'll do an alpha and then we'll do a beta. So that came out in the conversation. So I just want to make sure that was clear. Okay.
Okay, so Walter, do we have any additional information or anything that we're going to send out to anyone? I mean, we do have everything available, such as the roadmap, etc. So if anyone is interested specifically in something, they can reach out to us.
Yeah, just to wrap up and thank everyone for joining today. We're pretty excited about what we have built so far. And as I mentioned before, we're working on the next release, which is going to be the alpha release. We want to invite everyone to join the platform, test it out, give us feedback. This was a friendly group that we put together for people that come and join and give us comments and tell us what they like about the platform, what they think it should be good to have in the next releases, and gather all of that feedback. If you have startups, if you have investors that are friendly and understand the nature of an MVP, please invite them to join. We would love to have them and gather that feedback. They'll have free access, of course. And that way we can build on the user foundation. And of course, that will help our training models. Trevor, Tom, anyone else wants to say anything? Donnie, I think you're on the call.
Just want to thank everybody for joining. And as you know, the MVP stage is currently being iterated upon to get to alpha, but new features will be released pretty much every 2 weeks for the most part, unless it's a large feature set that has dependencies. So as you adopt the system to your workflow, you'll get new and enhanced components on a every 2-week basis. So please give us feedback on that as well as you use the system.
Okay, so I think we're about to wrap up then, right, guys? So look forward to the feedback. Yeah, thank you guys, everyone, for joining, and look forward to hearing from you very soon.